What's happening, y'all? Van Man, back at you with another video. Like, share, subscribe. Just wanted to, first of all, I just want to talk for a minute. You know, video doesn't have any particular aim or what have you, other than just, because I know most of the United States is pretty cold right now. So, wanted to bring you some warm thoughts. Not going to be long on this video, but I saw something interesting on the way down here yesterday. It wasn't too far after I crossed the state line. I stopped off at one of the exits and refreshed myself, and got some stuff to make the final leg in. And I saw this guy. Apparently he was a homeless guy, I would say, and hitchhiker. We still have him. He was standing, and I noticed he was standing at the southbound exit. Thumbing for a ride. And I thought to myself, of course I didn't give him a ride because I don't do hitchhikers, but that's besides the point. And I thought to myself, I said, that's pretty smart. Because, in my thinking, when I was just up in the Cleveland area, and I'm telling you, right now, in the Louisville, well, hell, man, from North Florida, the rest of the country is cold. I say until you get to southern Arizona and some parts of Vegas. Vegas is mild. Vegas is in the 50s. You can get down to freezing at night, but during the day, it can be anywhere from the low to mid 50s. Usually doesn't dip below 50 during the day. It can be anywhere from 50 to the rare 70s. Vegas doesn't get that warm, but it can get warm. It can get up to 70, but highest it may get around 60, 65 on a good day. That's why when I'm out that way out west, and I kind of miss it. God willing, maybe I'll do a trip out there next year. But when I'm out west, I notice if it starts getting a little, nothing's going on, I'm not working anything, and it gets a little, because it can get windy, rainy, and cold in Vegas in the winter. Not frigid, just cold enough to, in the 50s, 50 degrees anywhere else in the country, and 50 degrees in Florida is two different animals. Down here on the Gulf Coast of Florida, man, 50 degrees on and overcast, miserable. But I was in the mid 40s up there in Cleveland. Just it's odd how that works out. It's funny how weather, depending upon the region, it's a trip how weather is and the effect on you. Yeah, I had to come down here because, no trip to Florida is complete without a trip to the beach. But then while I was talking about that guy on the southbound, he wanted to go south because it was still cold up there on that part of Florida, in that part of Florida, like North Florida. And, it wasn't like Nashville cold, but it was cold enough to be like, shit, I'm in Florida. Let me get a little bit further south. Because my thing is, man, if you're already homeless, like, And I don't know, for whatever reason, people in Detroit, people in Cleveland, the homeless guys up there, they'll hang out up there on the corner, and you know what they do. They hold their signs up for the change and whatnot. But my thinking is, man, if I'm already like that, I done hustled up my bus ticket months ago. You know what I'm saying? My bus ticket to South Florida months ago. You know what I'm saying? Go down there. That would be my routine. Go down there, wait out the winter months. And I might show back up in Cleveland, Detroit, or Boston or something like that, and mid to late May. You know what I'm saying? But whatever reason, I'm sure plenty of people do that, like that one guy that I saw. But yeah, because I've seen them, on the bridges and stuff like that. I said, oh God, it's like 17 degrees out here. You know what I'm saying? And this person is gonna be out here. And I'm thinking, like, in my mind, I'm like, damn, you already homeless, man. Won't you all make it go somewhere south? But for whatever reason, people do what they do. But life is short, guys. Try to soak up as many experiences as you can in this life, because yeah, it's cool to go for the money, because I'm gonna leave here in a couple of days and I'll be headed back into the gaping maw of winter, because they pay up there better than they do down here in Florida. And due to some things that I want to accomplish, I need to be up there as opposed to down here. And that's just the way it is. And yeah. But what I would love to do is, like how I work to come down here in the winter. I've done that in times past, or go out west to relieve myself from the cold. Well, I've been thinking about doing the reverse, to where I can at least maybe get myself to a point where I can, well, of course, save money, and take off maybe the hottest month of the year and maybe head to maybe Colorado. It escapes me. Leadville, I do believe. Leadville, I think it's at 10,000 or over feet. And so while it's like 90 degrees, at the base, it's like 70, you have like 75 degree days. And you probably have like low 40s, or mid 30s, mid 30s at night to 40s. Perfect for the summer. So that's a plan. And guys, I mean, shit. With the economy the way it is and the job market the way it is, I don't know what your priorities are or your responsibilities are. Because if you obviously have children, well, you're limited in what you can do. But if your kids are grown and out of the house, or you don't have any, you don't have to be pigeonholed, if that's the correct, or you don't have to be stuck in that particular cycle. If you have a job that transfers, if you have a job, whether if you have a skilled or non-skilled, if you have work that transfers, you can go other places. Find a way that you can do that. you know, because there's no sense in being loyal to any company. You know, they're not loyal to you. So, you know, try to situate things in your life to where you can have more experiences and more quality in your life, as opposed to always leaning toward what these companies are like. You can have a sort of loyalty. Hey, this is my train. Okay, I work in Detroit. You have a company in Florida. You know, transfer me down there for a few months, or however you work it out. But do something to where you can have more enjoyment in your life and comfort for yourself. Because for so long, for decades, that we've been taught to put aside our desires, our wants, you know, not so much the needs, because, you know, but those extras. We've been taught so long to put those things aside for later. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. There's a section of the newspaper, if they still have newspapers, digital, what have you. I hope you can hear me. Damn, Harley just passed by. But there's a section of the newspaper dedicated to people who never got to experience later. It's called the obituary. Remember that. And every day that you hadn't made the paper, that's another opportunity to get out and see what this water like. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's not cold like I thought. The Pacific? Nah, that's cold. You ain't doing this in the Pacific. Something as simple as dipping your toes in another body of water elsewhere in the country. Thus far, I've dipped my toes in the Pacific, the Atlantic, on the other side of here, and here. And that just wasn't just then that you saw, but I've already done it. Not too long ago, I was up by Lake Erie. Didn't dip my toes in it. Should have. Yeah, that's a life goal right there. I dip my toes in every iconic piece of water around the country. Whatever, make up odd little goals like that for you. Whatever you do, that's your goals, that's your stuff. But make it to where you get out here, to where you can see more, to where you can experience more. See, that'll also, I'm right by the highway, y'all. But I like to come down here because there's free parking. It's not as crowded. Well, I can always get to a park that's not as crowded because it's crowded down that way. And I didn't want to be down there. I want to be down here where I can make a video. But lost train of thought, but man, life is short. Pull your head out of YouTube of that part that keeps reminding you of how fucked up things are. We know that. You know that. Try to control what's in your ability to control. That's the main thing. You got to form your own little bubble. Control what's in your ability to control, and get out and enjoy some life, man. Life is short. It's the little 70 per adventure 80, like the book says, that if you're lucky, you can get, goes by like that. So, there goes somebody out there doing it now. But yeah, and some way, somehow, man, add some spice to your life. That'll cut down on so much. That'll cut down on your ignorance of other people. And also, I want to suggest that, man, I want to suggest to everyone, well, I don't know about now, but I'm pretty sure it's still cool, man. I mean, you can't go off what you see on YouTube. And that's another thing. Get out and experience for yourself. You can't go off what you see on YouTube, because that's their experience. And they're showing you and narrating to you their experience, what they experience. But you get out and go have your own, because the ugliness that someone else sees might be total beauty to you. But you'll never know if you don't get out there and actually see it for yourself. And I advise everyone who hasn't gotten out, go out and go to New York. Go to New York, because you can go to New York and like visit every country in the world just about in one city, because there's so many cultures, so many other people, other ethnicities and cultures in that city. You know what I'm saying? Granted, there's good and bad in all ethnicities and cultures. Mine, yours, and all them that I just told you to go see. So, with that in mind, keep in mind that there's good and bad in all. Go experience the good. But most importantly, experience it. Because that cuts down on the ignorance. Because nobody can come and tell you, this group does this group does that. But nah, I've seen it. You see what I'm saying? Cuts down. Exposure, self-exposure, and your own experience cuts the ignorance out. Okay, whether you got something out of this video, whether it was educational, informational, or just white noise in the background where you clean up the crib, I appreciate you for tuning in, taking time out your life to watch my video. Hope you enjoy the sights there. Man, get out. Life is short. Especially if you, well, everybody on the clock. But the older you get, the louder you hear that clock ticking. Tick, 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 tick. Hear what I'm saying? Let me give you a little of this. If you can see, probably can't, but that's downtown St. Pete right there. My new home, I love it. Hate to leave it. Gotta go take care of business. I'm gonna enjoy the time that I'm here. So guys, like I said, get out and go enjoy life. Thanks for tuning in. Van Man. That way.